Hello, thank you very much to the channel. Today I want to discuss with you about ovulation days. I've realized that it's extremely very difficult for a number of women to conceive because the information usually they get from some medical staffs are misleading, because a number of medical staffs, midwives, nurses, at times even some doctors give to the mothers is based on the fact, on assumption that every woman has 28-day cycle, which is extremely wrong. And that is why some women, even those who stay with their spouses, who have regular and protected sexual intercourse, who have regular periods, who do not have any problems, fail to conceive. And this problem affects mainly those who have very short periods and those who have irregular periods. So basically, ovulation is the day when the egg is released, and usually it is around day 14 to the next cycle, not from the time when you started seeing your period. That means that if your cycle is 28, it is true on day 14 that you're most likely going to ovulate. And this also means that if you have a cycle of 21 days, it will mean that by day 7, you are ovulating. So usually people who have a short cycle, maybe 21 days, 22, 24 days, they tend to misfire. They wait for day 14, as they're being told by some other health practitioners, and in the process, by the time they're trying to have sex, it is too late. And it is worse because some ladies also have a long cycle. They have long menstrual days, and in the process, as they're waiting maybe for the menstrual period to end and then maybe dry up a bit, it would have been so late. So that is an issue. In the same way, if somebody has a cycle of 30 days, which means around day 16 is the time when they're ovulating. If somebody has a 35-day cycle, it means on day 21, that is when they're ovulating. So that is a very important point I wanted to bring to you people. Generally speaking, ovulation days, or the day when you're expected to conceive, means that you should start having sex at least 5 days before the actual ovulation day, because ovulation days are very difficult for you to say exactly it will happen on such a day. So it is good to be able to have maybe sex maybe 5 days before the actual ovulation day, and then on the ovulation day, maybe the day after or the day after that. Because the reason why we expect people to have sex much earlier is at least sperm lives about 5 to 7 days within the reproductive tract. So if you can have sex earlier, it will be able to increase the opportunity for you to have a fertilization. So good ovulation days, or the time when you can be able to safely have sex, is about 5 days prior to your assumed ovulation day, and then a day or two after the anticipated ovulation day. So how can you be able to know that this is your ovulation day? For those who have regular cycle, it is just a matter of what I have said, 14 days to the next cycle or before the next period begins. But you can be able to aid your precision using other parameters. One, you can have ovulation kit. Usually for those who have some slight derangement in their ovulation cycle, I advise them to get ovulation kit. And when you have an ovulation kit, it actually measures luteinizing hormone surge. So usually luteinizing hormone surge, or the increase, happens about 48 to 72 days before ovulation. So that means that immediately you notice the surge, then you should be able to start having unprotected sex, and that one can be able to help you to increase your chances of conception. Of course, they are also charting your basal temperature. If you have a very good thermometer and you take the temperature from the same location, whenever there's an increase in temperature, maybe by 0.5 degrees Celsius, that can also be a sign that it is your ovulation day. Another thing is monitoring your cervical mucus discharge. Usually around ovulation day, there's a tendency to have more thicker cervical discharge. If you can be able to be keen and notice that, then that will be a very good way through which you can be able to detect that this is your ovulation day. So those are the advices I can give you on how to ensure that you can get fertile without missing. And for those who do not have a regular cycle, at times it is good you have to come to the doctor and they investigate you. If you're having any hormonal problems, we can be able to give you some medicines to be able to normalize the cycle. Not every time that you should be using pills, because there's a tendency for doctors to give people on the pills, because the challenge with pills is that it affects the ability for somebody to be able to conceive, and yet that's what they are really targeting. There are other medicines which we can be able to prescribe to you. So for anyone who has challenges conceiving, I would request you to like and subscribe and make comments, even ask questions on this platform. I'll be able to respond to you at appropriate time and advise you on what best you can do to be able to benefit from the consultations we've had. Thank you very much.